chest. Getting dope, smoking dope, I think I am obsessed. My future's looking brighter than my urine test. SADBOYS.
What's going on, guys? Anil, and my professional, I'm a realtor full-time. Been into cars about 10 years now, I'd say. Kind of right around when I was, I don't know, kind of getting my first license, getting out of the permit thing, you know, and then parents buying me my first car. So after that, I was like, all right, what can I do to it to make it my own, you know? My first car was actually an IS 300 back in the day for Lexus. It was like a 2004. My sister had actually just bought it off the showroom floor. But then she ended up getting married another year later, and then they didn't want to take the car with them, so then I got the car. Not this one in specific, but yeah, I mean, the E46 body style was my first M3, first Beamer that I bought. Enjoyed it so much, every time I had to sell it, I just got another one. Yeah. For me, it was really just the drive of it. I mean, when I drove my Lexus for many years, and then when I went to go test drive a few cars here and there, I mean, once I got into the seat of this one, the E46 body style, I mean, it was just a whole different ball game. It wasn't a fast car per se, but I mean, it just feels like you're going a ton quicker than you really are. It pulls the power real easy, and it was just a driver's car. I mean, I was young, you know, so you go to drift a little bit, you mess up, but then the car would always snap back and kind of fix your errors for you, you know. So it was really, for me, it was always the car saved me more than I saved the car, you know. So it was something that I knew I'd never wanted to get rid of.
Now, tell us a little bit, how was the search for this car?
The search for this one in particular was extremely hard. I mean, once I bought my first one, I kind of just got the basic, you know, whatever was available. No idea of like the collector status of them and whatnot. And then the other color options, I didn't really know because I only saw the one that I saw, or the one that I bought. But then I started looking, you know, looking online and stuff. I found the color that I really wanted, and then once it popped up, it just happened to have another rare interior, and I jumped on it as quick as I could. You know, the Interlagos Blue, it's really a cool color to have, and I mean, I enjoy it every minute of it. The first day I got this car, I actually got it delivered sight unseen from Chicago. I mean, it was the happiest moment of my life. I mean, when that thing pulled up in the truck, I mean, it was like, all right, perfect, because I've seen the pictures online, you know, of course. I bought a sight unseen, so the guy had a ton of pictures up, a lot of information, a lot of maintenance stuff on it, you know, so I kind of knew what I was getting before it arrived. But, you know, when the car actually shows up nice and clean and the color's shining in the sunlight, it's kind of like a feeling that you can't mimic, you know, unless you buy another one. But I pulled it off, I drove it around. I mean, I took off of work, really. I worked at a dealership at the time, and I mean, I just took off with the car and didn't tell anybody what I was doing. Didn't even tell my manager it was my car or nothing, you know. I was like, yeah, there's a car coming today, you know, don't worry about it. Drove around, I mean, I put maybe 20, 30 miles on it the first second I got it, you know, and just ran back to work, and then I was just staring at it from my office all day, just waiting to get off. Yeah, NTBC. NTBC is a group that we started here in Dallas area maybe about 8, 9 years ago now. Started off with just a few friends. I had a few Beamers that would go out to the meets every day, you know, or every weekend that was here, and we just got closer and closer. Facebook got bigger and bigger, so then we formed a group, and then we would host monthly events, monthly meets for just Beamer only, you know. It just grew and got bigger. We got attention, and more crowds started buying Beamers, so the group just got big. I mean, it used to be 20, 30 people max, and we kind of closed it off there, but now it's upwards of like almost 6.5. I bought this one 3 years ago in November, 3 years ago. It was actually my wife's birthday, and just looking online for something to buy her, and I ended up buying myself something. What makes this car so special? For me, it's really the color combination, the rarity of it. Again, the seller didn't really know what he had, so when I saw it, I knew immediately this is the car I want, you know, for the long run. It's an Interlagos Blue with the M texture interior. That combination alone is one of 26 in the world, so, or I guess in the US part of it, but it makes it rare, you know, and I knew right away the M texture is already such a rare interior by itself, paired with the color that I absolutely love, and the condition was perfect. The seller had every maintenance record for it, so I kind of just jumped on it, you know. after driving multiple E46 M3s, I knew for me it was just find the right color combo, find the right mileage, find the right one that will take care of me longer term, and I'll keep it in the garage and hopefully pass it on to my kid, you know. There was a few things like right off the bat, you kind of, every day you look at the car, you kind of know you want to do. Like give example, the wheel gap is something that's got to go right away, you know. You're 4x4 in a little two-door coupe, but no, you got to lower the car, you know. When you start adding power, like exhaust stuff on this car stock, it's really quiet. I mean, BMW for some reason just really muffled it, you know. Being an M3, I would really want to hear it every time I turn it on. So exhaust was kind of the first no-brainer purchase, you know. Then you realize it's got multiple sections, so you start adding multiple sections, and then you get up to the header. Then you're like, all right, now I want to open it up and get some headers in, you know, and then you got to tune it after that. Then a nice little intake, get some noise going, you know. But it's really just, this one right here is a full bolt-on, just intake, headers, exhaust, all the way through, tune. And then after that, it's, you know, you got to get the stopping power and stuff like that going. So it's really just one thing trickles after the other. I think they call it the mod bug, right? Once you get bit, you're kind of, the wealth is just going to grow and grow and keep growing until you're broke or you move on to another car. Those stuff that I've done to it already. So there is a Venturi intake on there. There's CSL headers on there, which is the European version of this car, kind of like the one step up from the M3. So I got those headers on there, which are catless, and then I got Super Sprint Section 1 and then Super Sprint Section 2. Both of those are unresonated. And then I got a Status Group Scorza exhaust for Section 3. And then other modifications that are about to come, I mean, I got Brembos that are probably going to go on tonight, and then front lip, CSL carbon front lip on there. Get ready for the show coming up tomorrow. Future plans, actually, they're going to be, so I got some Brembos that just got done powder coating, and I bought everything for the rebuild, so going to put some new Brembos on there, or fresh Brembos, I should say. I got CSL trunk for the rear, which is a popular trunk that a lot of people do, again, from Europe, so got that painted, just needs to get put on now. Carbon one-piece front lip is going to go on, and then after that, it's just ride height, just need to adjust a little bit, make sure I'm not rubbing on certain corners and whatnot. That'd be your immediate future plans. Anything further than that, you know, more power is always an option. You get the itch here and there. Supercharges are getting easier to find for these cars, so it's kind of more, it's in the future. I mean, it's in the future plans. The longer I keep it, the more I'll modify it. You know, I don't think I'll ever end. But supercharged, turbo not so much. I mean, there's not really a turbo kit for these cars, but supercharged is, it's gone up there. You can get a lot of power out of these, and then add some meth and keep the temperatures cool here in Dallas. They get kind of hot, you know. So you got to keep it cool. After that, it's just modifications to the cooling system, make sure it runs right and doesn't heat soak, and then just power out, you know. Wheels, obviously, the wheels are definitely going to go eventually, just get wider and lower. These are stock 19s, but they'll get a wider setup and then just lower it down to 18s. Yeah. Would I sell it? Probably not, but the way the market's going on these, I mean, they're appreciating almost every month now, you know. This being a one of 26, I have no clue of what the other 25 cars are. If they're all total, then no, I'll probably keep this one, you know, just because it's going to forever go up. But the only reason I would say I sell this is if the miles ever get too high for my own sake. If I find a lower miles almost exact, I'd jump on it, you know. But if somebody came, I mean, money always talks. If somebody came up, but for me, I have no clue what that number is right now, just because there's no right answer. You wouldn't sell your baby, you know. But would I? Maybe. I want to start off by thanking BMW Invasion for letting me come out here and tell my story. You know, every build has a story, so I appreciate you guys listening and sticking around with me here early this morning. My name is Anil and I'm in Texas, and if you guys are ever around, hit up North Texas Beamers Club. You know, we love to host you guys and go from there and get a nice little event going. Instagram is Anil_NTBC, so if you guys got any questions or want to post any pictures, I mean, by all means, tag me up. Yeah.